Hello friends and welcome. Today we have a problem to solve about partial variation. We are told y is partly constant and partly varies inversely as the square of x. Let's see how to solve it. Alright, first we write the equation connecting the variables y and x. So y is equal to the constant, first constant. We're told that y is partly constant and partly varies, all right, inversely as a square of x. So it has two parts. First part is a constant. The second part will have another constant m times the inverse of the square of x. All right, so we multiply by the inverse of the square of x. We multiply by the inverse of the square of x, and that gives us y is equal to k plus m over x squared. So that is the equation we're going to use to solve the problem. So we substitute the values given here, y and x, to find the values of k and m. So the first one says that y is equal to 7. So we have 7 is equal to k plus m over x squared. X is 10, so 10 squared. The second one is that 5.2 is equal to k plus m over x is 20, so x squared. So 20 squared over 20 squared. All right? But now we have fractions here. To make the equations easier to work with, we can remove the fractions by multiplying both sides of the equations by the denominators. We multiply the first one by 10 squared, the second one by 20 squared. So we're going to have 700 in the first one, 700, because 10 squared is 100 times 7, gets 700, is equal to 10 squared times k is 100k plus 10 squared divided by 10 squared becomes 1. 1 times m, m. Then 20 squared times 5.2 will be 400, because 20 squared is 400. 400 times 5.2 will be equal to 2080 is equal to 20 squared times k will be 400k plus 20 squared divided by 20 squared 1 times m, you get m. Those are the two equations we're going to solve simultaneously to get the value of k and m. Since we have m and m here, we can eliminate m by subtracting, so that m minus m becomes 0 and m goes. So m minus m is 0. 100k minus 400k will become negative 300k. 700 minus 2080 will become minus 1380. Okay? Then to get the value of k, we divide both sides by minus 300. Minus 300 here by minus 300 here. So our value of k, therefore, will be equal to minus 1380 divided by minus 300. And k will be, when you divide, you get 4.6. That will be our value of k. It can also be written as 4 and 3 over 5. Okay, that's the value of k. To get the value of m, use one of the equations and substitute the value of k. For example, 700 will be equal to 100k, so k is 4.6 plus m plus m. So this becomes 700 will be equal to 460 plus m. And to get the value of m, you will need to subtract 460 from 700, okay, to get the value of m, and therefore m will be 240. That will be our value of m. Now that we have the values of the constants k and m, we can now write the equation connecting the variables y and x. And that becomes y is equal to k, which is 4.6, plus m, which is now 240, over x squared. So that is the equation connecting the two variables. To get the value of y when x is 18, what do we need to do? We will need to substitute the given value of x to get the value of y. So let's see what to do. We take the equation y is equal to 4.6 plus 240 over x squared. Our x is 18, so 18 squared. 18 squared is 324. So we can just write 324. All right? We can just write 324. Then we can simplify, all right, this fraction, 240 divided by 324. We can divide 240 by 12 and also divide 324 by 12. And that gives us 20 out of 27. So you divide this one by 12, you get 20. By 12, here you get 27. So that we work with simpler fractions. So we're going to get our y as 4.6, which you remember I had said can be written as 4 and 3 over 5, which is the same as 4 times 5 is 20 plus 3, 23 over 5. 23 divided by 5 plus 20 over 27. When you add those two fractions, you get your value of y, and that becomes, right, the LCM of 5 and 27 is 135. Okay, so we're going to have 621 plus 100. Okay, and this gives us 721 divided by 135, which gives us our answer as 5 and 46 over 135. And that is our answer. That it will become the value of y when x is 18.